Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and today we are doing a bit of a Dynasty fantasy football mock draft with Smitty. Obviously, he's not actually in the video, but this is with him. It's me, Danny, and Tyler, the usual squad here. So I have the 105, Tyler is the 104, and Danny is the 106. We're all right next to each other. So as of right now, the picks that have came off the board, run CMC, Christian McCaffrey at the 101, followed by Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Thomas for Tyler. I went with Joe Mixon, and Danny went with Alvin Kamara, and then Nick Chubb.
Smitty is flaming you right now.
For my Joe Mixon pick?
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't care. I like Joe Mixon.
I love him.
The reason why I picked Mixon because they're going to actually have a line and a real quarterback. It's going to be crazy.
I agree.
So let's all talk about our picks. So Tyler went first with Michael Thomas. Why did you select Michael Thomas over a guy like Alvin Kamara or Joe Mixon?
As much as I love Max, no, Michael Thomas needs to be going off after the first three. McCaffrey, Barkley, Zeke are easily the first three. Michael Thomas has got to be next. I really like Joe Mixon. Counselor, well, no, not counselor. Fuck, I just did that to him. I'm so sorry, Smitty. No, fantasy show. I like the pick of Joe Mixon. Don't flame my boy Nick. He knows what he's doing.
All right. So then, Danny, why did you go with Alvin Kamara?
I mean, he's my RB4 in the Dynasty. I mean, I just love the potential. I love the Saints offense there. I mean, I really think it was a no-brainer. Him and Mixon are in the same tier for me. I don't know. You took Mixon. I like Kamara there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong between either Mixon or Kamara. I was thinking about Chubb as well, considering that it seems like they're going to want to run the ball with the new coach. But I was thinking, I think I'd like Mixon more for the future. I guess I just feel a bit more confident in him since I've seen him do it for multiple years. Even last year, he turned it on later in the season. So after where we were at Nick Chubb, then Dalvin Cook came out with the board, followed by D-Hop at the 109. The 110 was Devontae Adams. 111 was Tyreek Hill. 112 was Derrick Henry. 2-1, Josh Jacobs. 2-2, Lamar Jackson. Do you guys have anything on any of those picks? Do you hate any of them?
I mean, Lamar, for me, is very early in a single quarterback league. I mean, I don't know what this format is, but I feel like, I don't know, it's just a simulation of a one-quarterback league. But, yeah, these back-to-back picks here, Mahomes, Lamar, I mean, way too early for me.
Way too early.
I don't like it at all either.
We're not sitting here in Superflex. Maybe there's a misunderstanding of the people in the draft. It's not a Superflex. It's one quarterback. Why are you taking it this early?
Wait. Just stop. I got to mention something as well. Why the fuck did this guy just pick Odell Beckham?
I was going to talk about Derrick Henry as well, man. At the 112 in a Dynasty.
Yeah,
I hate tag.
I hate that.
I don't know.
I mean, pairing him with a guy like Josh Jacobs, who to me, like, I like Josh Jacobs, but I don't really trust Josh Jacobs for, like, the long-term type of a deal. So Derrick Henry there at the 112 to me makes about 0 sense as well. I think all the picks before that were pretty normal. Guys like DeAndre Hopkins, who's now on Arizona. I know we've talked about this on multiple videos. We could probably talk about it here again. Do you think that Devontae Adams moves up, moves down, or stays about the same, moving from Houston to Arizona?
DeAndre Hopkins.
I think sorry, Tyler, you're talking. I completely cut you off.
Oh, no. You're on the clock right now, Danny, real quick. But he said Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, sorry.
Hopkins is my number 2 wide receiver right now. Hill's my number 3. Adams is my 4. So those guys were just picking off of maybe their best, their favorite pick. But, you know, that's all gone. Danny, what are you going to do here with your 2 pick?
I was going to quickly talk about DeAndre Hopkins first. I was just going to say how his situation in Houston in terms of pure volume, his volume may not increase. I just feel like the quality of his targets are going to get better. Simply put, because I feel like Houston was just using him way too much underneath. I feel like Arizona's going to use him more as their deep threat, more as their red zone guy, simply because Cliff Kingsbury, I mean, that offense potential. I mean, he's away from Bob. Now, you guys ready for this pick?
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, because you're out of time, bud. Went
with John God Taylor. But before we talk about JT, I want to talk about after Odell went, followed by Kenyon Drake, Chris Godwin, and then JT. What was this man thinking, Smitty thinking, with Kenyon Drake?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, that's way too early for me, in my opinion. But, I mean, he's got the potential. It's just I wouldn't trust it. I mean, he's on the transition tag. He's not signed long-term. I mean, you've seen what happened to running backs that have signed long-term recently.
Yeah, I don't get it at all. So then, obviously, Chris Godwin went. Do you guys think Chris Godwin up or down with TB12?
I like it.
I agree. I think I like it as well, but I don't love it.
I think Evans takes the hit.
It works for me. I can roll with it. I'm going to go ahead and explain my next pick, though, real quick. I'm going to go Miles Sanders here. I know it kind of sounds whack, but Michael Thomas was my first pick. I want to go ahead and lock down a running back. I'm going to actually, since you guys are not before me, I'm going to go ahead and grab a running back on my next turn, too. So we're going to stack. Normally, I like to go running backs early. Michael Thomas sitting here in the 4th spot was kind of easy for me. So I'm going to go ahead and lock down my next best running back in a Dynasty league. It is Miles Sanders. If this isn't Dynasty, I go Aaron Jones.
That makes sense. I love my pick here. Like right before you, I went with Austin Eckler.
Fantastic.
Like I fucking love Eckler. Like that guy will make you come in your pants right before you select him. He has the potential to be a perennial top 10 running back, in my opinion, for the next couple of years. How many years he signed for? 4, 5, something like that. Amazing.
4 years,
Going
25 million.
right off the board. Going right off the board right after me, Amari Cooper was my only other guy I was negotiating. So good pick there. And then Mike Evans going next.
Yeah, I don't love Evans anymore in the second round, especially in Dynasty. I mean, with Brady right now, I am very worried about Evans. I mean, I'm kind of worried about Godwin as well. I know I said I think it may be slightly better for him, but I think there will be games because no one throws the ball as much as Jameis Winston. Tom Brady will not heave the ball into 6 defenders to try to throw the ball to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. So I think that definitely hurts Evans as well. So none of these teams here really looking too wonky. No real wonky picks aside from Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson going at the 2-2 and 2-3, and then Kenyon Drake at the 2-5.
I really didn't like the Derrick Henry pick at the end of the first either.
No, I don't love that either. I think that Derrick Henry is it's strictly based on the tag, though, right? Like, if you think that if he got signed, you would have liked him?
I mean, it depends because I just think his play style, he can't really sustain it for a while. He's such a physical runner, and he doesn't catch passes.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's not able to continue his pure dominance between the tackles, like he doesn't have the pass catching acumen to be able to complement it. So, in general, this year he was amazing. I'm not even gonna keep that from him. He was a fantastic running back. I just don't see it being the case long term. I mean, if you're taking a chance on him, maybe at the start of the mid third, okay, I can see he has the upside. I get it. But at the end of the first there, that's just way too high for me. I mean, I'd much rather even Jonathan Taylor, who I took.
I'd prefer fucking Kenyon Drake. No, I may probably not because Kenyon Drake is he's on a transition tag deal, so he's really got to prove it here. So after Amari Cooper went, Mike Evans, then Kenny Golladay. The third round begins with Aaron Jones, Travis Kelce, George Kittle. And unless you're in a tight end premium, I'm just kicking the tight ends to the curb, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's no point of them right here. I mean,
yeah, real quick, I'm on the clock right now. I just kind of want to give my perspective. I want to grab the rookie. I want to grab DeAndre Swift, but I need you guys to take me off the ledge. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
That was my next pick.
You already know.
All right, so Tyler goes with DeAndre Swift there. I am now currently on the board, and I'm not going to do some stupid shit and pick Stephon Diggs. We're going with the surefire wide receiver here. I mean, his quarterback now is going to be a certified garbage can. I hate Teddy Roosevelt, Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's a garbage can, but DJ Moore in the third round, you might as well jizz your pants if that occurs in your league. I love it.
Twice in a row.
They call me fucking Chris Kyle, the American sniper. You just got sniped.
Who am I taking?
I love DJ Moore there. I mean, I don't understand the two tight ends still.
DJ Moore is my wide receiver 6 in Dynasty, if that just wants to let you know how high I am.
Oh, I love him as well. Me and Lucas did a wide receiver video. No free ads, but a free ad because it's my own fucking video. You can go watch that. I had him very high in those rankings as well. I mean, I like Julio as well, but maybe there are reports that Julio goes to the fucking Eagles, and at that point, I'd rather have a gun in my mouth than draft Julio Jones. What are you thinking here, Danny?
I'm looking at the board right now, and I'm like stumped. I am.
You have 20 seconds.
Cortland Sutton's my pick.
I'm thinking Sutton, but I'm looking at AJ Brown too right now.
Oh, that's good. That's a good dilemma to be in. I like Sutton though. I like that offense just a bit better. You have 5 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna fade the public then.
No.
You went to AJ Brown. Is that who you wanted? Okay. Well, I'm glad that Danny's screenshot right now is not showing the chat because someone shouted out their own Instagram. Fuck that guy. Okay. Don't be shouting out no free ads on my video or on Smitty's video. That's not cool. Okay. So why'd you go AJ Brown? What was your thinking there?
I mean, again, like what he showed in his rookie year, he was just absolutely fantastic. They locked down Ryan Tannehill for a 4-year deal. Oh, okay. Smitty's hyping it up, so I hear that in the background. No, but you lock up Ryan Tannehill on a 4-year deal. I mean, they showed a real chemistry by the end of the season, and I just think he's just an ultra talented receiver. Like he is fantastic. I mean, the deep threat he is, the route running he provided. Like I was high on him coming out of college. I mean, I believe he was my wide receiver 2 that year, which says a lot. When they picked him the second round, I didn't like the landing spot initially, but seeing what I saw from Ryan Tannehill, seeing the extension that they gave him, I mean, I just think it's great value here. I mean, 3.6, you can make the debate. It's a little high, but I just love the player. I love the talent, and I love the age. I think it's a great situation.
I completely agree with that. So after A.J. Brown went from Danny, after that was Julio Jones. Now, Julio Jones is getting up there in age, but I like the pick. And then coming off the board was Kyler Murray, who's just going to go skyrocket, zooming up the boards after DeAndre Hopkins gets traded to the team. Do you guys believe in the hype of Kyler?
Well, I do, but like it's one quarterback. What do we
wait?
Am I falling asleep here? Is some kind of draft strategy change? It's still a one quarterback. Why are people like hyping quarterbacks so early?
Let's Smitty again.
Smitty, I'm gonna smack your titties. Join our expert league. I love you.
All right. So honestly, right now, if we're looking at all 3 of our teams, Tyler's team right now, he has Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, DeAndre Swift. I got Mixon, Eckler, DJ Moore, and Danny has Alvin Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, and A.J. Brown. Right now, whose team are you liking the best? It's obviously everyone's gonna like their team the best, I would assume.
My second favorite team outside of myself.
My team.
Obviously myself. Danny's my second favorite. Fuck you, Nick. Fucking.
I mean, your fucking team's a garbage can. Imagine drafting a guy in the second round that is on a running back by committee. Imagine that. I couldn't do that.
Who is Howard there?
Boston
Miles
Scott.
Sanders, Boston Scott. There's a bunch of guys on that team. He'll find some random motherfucker to draft. I like Miles Sanders in redraft, but in Dynasty, I would stay away. So after Kyler Murray got drafted, Courtland Sutton came off the board, followed by Leonard Fournette and J.K. Dobbins. What are your thoughts on Fournette? All right,
I'm pretty sure Doug Peterson's going to put on the pads, and he's going to be the backup to Miles Sanders because that running back situation is a fucking mess. I like Dobbins, not at 311, though.
Yeah. It's a little early on Dobbins. I mean, I personally would have taken Akers straight up over him. I just think he's a better talent. I mean, Akers my RB3, Dobbins my RB4, so they're close. But, yeah, depending on draft capital, I just think Akers is a more dynamic player.
What the fuck? Okay, after J.K. Dobbins, I'm not saying that to you. Devin Singletary came off the board, followed by Juju Smith-Schuster. Why are people buying in on Devin Singletary when it seems like is a locked-in deal in my head that Melvin Gordon's going there? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I love the talent, and it pains me that they're bringing another guy in. It's a foregone conclusion at this point. Mike me up on Twitter. Shout out. He tweeted out today that owning Singletary in Dynasty is basically like calling an all-in in poker with top pair and seeing that your opponent has both a straight and flush draw. Like you know it's gonna happen eventually. You're gonna get stung, but at the moment, you got the value. You know what I mean? So 312 though. I mean, like even if like that, his top end ceiling, maybe he reaches the 312, but I just think they bring somebody in, and that's not a great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go, Tyler.
Can I quick rage real quick? At 4-1 was Juju, 4-2 was DK, 4-3 was Chark, 4-4 was Diggs. And I don't want to give it away, but I feel like you guys are way too damn smart to let it go. Why is Ridley not off the board yet?
That's who I was looking at. I love Ridley.
I'm like, there's no way he gets to my pick. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to go and shout it out. What? That's insane to me.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
What about that guy going with the quad receivers, eh?
Oh, my God, dude. This kid's falling asleep.
Yeah, I honestly don't understand that strategy at all. What's he going to start as his fucking – he's going to start Darius Geis or something?
Like, I think he's looking at, like, the Q says we have just straight flexes, but I think Smitty said before this draft even started to not look at your – like,
don't look at the roster position.
Like, I whatever.
All right, so after Diggs came Keenan Allen, and then Deshaun Watson. If this is a one quarterback league, so I don't really understand drafting quarterback this high, but Deshaun Watson is going to fall like a motherfucker in superflex leagues because his value is not as high anymore without DeAndre Hopkins. I don't trust anyone on that team. Fuller's a fucking injury-prone hack, so I don't really get the love for Fuller. So what do you guys think about Watson?
No, not here.
Not here. Too early.
Not here.
Yeah.
Danny, please put me out of my misery and do the right thing here.
Yeah. What are you thinking here, Danny?
I'm looking between two guys right now, and I think I'm gonna go the other guy.
CeeDee Lamb.
You know how big of a fan I am of this guy.
I know.
I
Hey,
don't hate the move.
yeah, I don't hate it either. All right, Nick, do something that I don't want you to do.
Obviously, right here, we have to fucking pick Calvin Ridley. Every single Dynasty
I
draft I've
contemplated him.
done, I've picked Calvin Ridley. I actually love the guy. I mean, he's going to have Julio Jones there. Maybe not, actually, because there's reports that he might go to the Eagles. So there may be even better. The alpha wide receiver, probably, in Atlanta. I love Calvin Ridley. The talent shown to be there. Obviously ended up getting hurt towards the end of last season, but I think he would have played very well last season. I really liked him coming into fantasy drafts last year, and the same is here again in 2020. You guys like him?
Oh my gosh! If you let him fall to me, I was going to click him immediately. You kind of put me in a predicament because CeeDee Lamb was my backup option. Danny with a snipe, love that. That's just how on key we all are with each other. We're just sniping each other the whole draft. I like the move here. This is way too late for him to go. I'm sitting here with 30 seconds on the clock, though. My pick was going to be wide receiver. Those two went off the board. My next guy was Adam Thielen.
I like that, actually. I would have hated that if Diggs was still there, but Thielen, how old's Thielen? 20-something, 27?
28, 29?
He's not young, but he is the only receiver that's legitimate there. So I'm like, fuck it. They still have to pass at some point. And when
29. 29. But I honestly don't hate the move. I mean, we saw, like, not last year, but the season before, he was one of the top fantasy football wide receivers. So there's definitely potential there with Kirk Cousins. So I don't hate it.
Jerry Jeudy going off next. These four wide receivers could have gone a lot earlier. Jeudy I kind of like in this area. Thielen, Ridley, Lamb could have gone earlier, depending on these quarterbacks falling out. But, I mean,
everyone in this draft has fallen asleep at the wheel. Melvin Gordon at the 4-11. I mean, if he's on the Buffalo with Singletary, I mean, even if wherever he goes, I wouldn't want to draft him. He goes to Miami, unless he goes to Tampa, I guess, then maybe he's in a better situation. But Ronald Jones is obviously the alpha running back there.
No, he's not. Come on.
Yeah,
dude, Andrew Luck's still on the board. I'm kind of hyping that right now.
Yeah, no, Sleeper needs to fucking fix their ADP. Sleeper, come on, buds. Like, this is so annoying. That's why some of these guys are getting picked. If I'm being honest with you, if the correct ADP was on the screen, I highly doubt half these guys get picked. Now, I love a wide receiver that's going to be coming up here. I'm not going to say his name because Tyler is picking before me.
Oh, I'll go ahead and tell you my pick.
I know who it is.
It'll make you safe.
Yeah,
I'm going a guy that's currently hanging in the Raptors here in my room right now. If he's on the board, that's who I'm going with. Marlon Mack, baby.
Oh my God, Buddy's blind. Okay.
Buddy's
fucking falling asleep at the wheel.
I think I know who you're talking about too.
Here's what I'll say: in a 5 picks where we're taking 5 guys, I would rather have 3 running backs than 3 wide receivers. But
but that's not really what we're doing.
Can you stop yelling at me?
Yeah, sit the fuck down, tuck your shirt in, stop yelling, all right, fucker? Allen Robinson comes off the board next. I like Allen Robinson, but goddamn, big dick Nick Foles. Do you think he'll be doing it there?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You look what he did with Alshon.
That's true.
A similar type of player. I mean, you got a big, tall receiver on the outside. I mean, he was able to do with fucking Trubisky there.
Nick, can I go ahead and just call you out real quick? I think you're thinking of Boyd because I think you're thinking Burrow.
I love Boyd.
There it is.
That is who I was thinking.
Terry. I was about to say that.
Yeah,
I was thinking about Terry with my next pick.
Scary Terry McLaurin comes off the board here. I love Scary Terry as well, but I'd prefer Boyd over him, to be honest with you, completely.
So Kupp's sitting still here on the board. It's not my pick, but I'm just kind of curious. Why is he 32 projection right now on Sleeper, which is we've already talked about as a mess. We're sitting in the 5th round, 12-team league. Why is he still on the board?
Who, Boyd?
No, Cooper Kupp. Sorry.
Because of, I don't know. Because people don't really trust LA anymore. That's why I wouldn't pick him right now.
I mean, I have other younger receivers that I'd prefer simply because I just feel like Robert Woods' touchdown percentage was a statistical anomaly last year. Anomaly. And surely Brandon Cooks isn't dead every year. I mean, unless they trade him, then Cooper Kupp stonks go up. But Brandon Cooks is going to be dead every year. They had some tight ends emerge, and I just think Robert Woods is going to be used a lot more. I don't know how to say it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
After we talk about Cooper Kupp, the motherfucker gets drafted, followed by Danny's boyfriend, Dak Prescott, and now it is Tyler's pick.
Yeah,
one
you
QB
really
that's too
convinced
early.
me, Nick. I really want to go Boyd here.
Yeah, that's right. Because you knew who it
I
is.
love
Big
you.
facts.
You shouldn't tell me anything because I'm a human sniper, baby.
I know who I'm going.
No, I know who I'm going as well. I'm gonna
Marlon
go down
Mack.
here. No.
Are you taking my guy?
Johnson.
Fuck.
Imagine I fucking snipe you here. I
be
love
upset.
Robert. I love Robert Woods, but I don't think I can pick him here. I think I love this guy in a very sexual way, and and I think I may have to do it to him.
Michael
Not what I
Gallup.
want.
I don't know though. Fuck. I don't know. I'm looking at a couple of guys here,
Rip
There's
the
one guy I'm looking
Band-Aid
at in
off.
particular that I'd be genuinely upset if you take.
but we're gonna pick my boy. I gotta type his name in.
You have Rager.
No.
Oh,
My boy.
baby.
Devontae Parker.
Okay, thank God.
I love Devontae Parker. I mean, I would have picked Tyler Boyd 1,000 times over Devontae Parker, but I honestly like his upside with a new quarterback coming in there, and I honestly think he has a lot more skill than most people think. I love Akers as well, though.
Quick praise for Danny. What a pick.
I clicked that so fast, man. I would have been devastated if he got sniped. I love me some Akers.
What's my boy fantasy show? What is Smitty talking about right now?
I don't think he's
Counting
seen
us
it yet.
out?
Let me check.
Damn.
I
All right,
just saw it
so
now. Let's see
no,
what he
don't
says.
fucking pop it up on the screen, bud. We're trying to record a video here.
I forgot I was the one sharing my screen.
Fucking amateur hour over here. So after Devontae Parker went, Danny went with Cam Akers, like we said, and then Chris Carson. So why does everyone love Cam Akers? Explain it to me. I mean, I know why, but
he's amazing. I mean, you watch a fucking Florida State game. He was by far their best running back and probably their best lineman too. Like, shout out FB God, shout out Mike B up. They do their segment bunk bed breakdowns. Literally, the Florida State offensive line produced 2 total yards on the season. Not 2 yards per carry, 2 yards on the season. I just you watch film on this guy. He's literally juking guys left, right, and center from fucking 6 yards back in the backfield. Like,
right.
I don't know. He's just a talented player, and getting him at the 5'6", I'm stoked.
Yeah, I like that pick. Now, does Chris Carson confuse you as well at the 5'7"? That's a little bit confusing.
Too
to me.
high.
Too high. I mean, I like the talent, but I'm not sure he's the guy there for a while.
Well, I mean, the hip concerns me. I think he's a talented back. I think he's a really good between the tackles runner. It's just his playing style coupled with his fractured hip are really concerning. Now, I like him if you can get him at a value because I think his potential is top 10 running back. But at the 5'7", I just think it's too high, personally.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the next pick. Mark Andrews definitely needs to be the third tight end off the board, no matter where he goes.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
The third best.
Arguably the second.
Darren Waller came about 2 picks later, too. So 4 tight ends going off in this 5-round mock. So pretty good stuff.
I don't like the Waller pick.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I mean, after Andrews went, then Kerryon Johnson. I mean, how can you draft Kerryon Johnson anymore? I mean, I'm like his biggest fan, and I'm done with him. I dumped him.
Yeah. I mean, the talent's there. It's just, do you really trust the situation? Do you really trust the health? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, not at all. I have no idea.
I think Notorious wants to go live with you.
He does?
Yeah.
Ready? All right, maybe we go live after this. But Kerryon Johnson
went, video, boys.
And then Todd Gurley, followed by Todd Gurley. Why is Todd Gurley being picked at the 5'10", though?
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that either. So after Todd Gurley, we went with Darren Waller and then Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup at the 5'12". I don't know if that guy has like a hole in his head, but thank you guys all for watching.
I like Gallup.
You do. If you think they draft the wide receiver, you draft Gallup at the 5'12"?
I still do because I think that'll help him.
Okay, so that is your own opinion. I do not believe in that. So thank you guys all for watching. If you ended up enjoying this video, click the subscribe button down below. Everyone's Twitter is down below in the description. I'll have each and every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your day.